All right, here we're given the function f of x is equal to 25 minus x squared. And the first thing we're asked to do is to find out those two x-intercepts of a and b. Of course, like I said, they're x-intercepts, so that's going to happen when the function 25 minus x squared is equal to 0. Or 25 is equal to x squared, or x equals plus 4 minus 5. Now, it's important to remember that a and b are points. So we should write them as ordered pairs, that a is the point negative 5, 0, and b is the point positive 5, 0. Next, we're supposed to complete the representative rectangle. So inside of the picture here, I have drawn this rectangle. This represents one of the many Riemann rectangles to come up with our Riemann sum. And we say that the base of that rectangle is going to be delta x. It's along the x-axis, and that's why we'll use x. That'll be the change in x. The height, then, is just going to be the y-coordinate, where if this was the point x, then the height would be f of x. So our f of x is 25 minus x squared. And that completes the representative rectangle, which is super helpful in helping us to define the definite integral that will in turn help us find the area, because the definite integral comes from adding up all of these rectangles from the Riemann sum. And so our definite integral is going to be basically base times height of our representative rectangle. The height is 25 minus x squared, and the base, delta x, when delta x gets infinitesimally small, turns into the differential dx. We're going to take all these rectangles from A to B. So the x coordinates at A is negative 5, and at B is positive 5. And this is going to be our definite integral that we now have to evaluate in order to find the area. So the area is going to be the integral from negative 5 to 5, 25 minus x squared. Well, the integral of 25 is 25x. And the integral of x squared is 1/3 x to the third. And we'll evaluate that from negative 5 to positive 5. So we'll plug in that positive 5 first. 25 times 5 is 125. Minus 1/3 of 5 cubed, which is another 125. And from that, we'll subtract the value when we plug in negative 5. So 25 times negative 5 is negative 125 minus 1/3 times negative 125. Well, 125 minus 1/3 of 125 is 2/3 of 125. Then I'll subtract negative 125 minus 1/3 of negative 125 is 2/3 of negative 125, which would obviously be adding. So 2/3 plus 2/3 is 4/3 of 125, which turns into 500 thirds as the area under the parabola.